Hey all, welcome back to Homeschool. We are with the chapter Light, Reflection and Refraction. And this is our fourth video on a chapter. If you want to watch our previous videos, just go and click the link provided in description, where you will definitely get a detailed explanation on the finished concepts. See, in our last video, we have completed the discussion about the ray diagrams of concave mirrors. That is, how images can be formed by concave mirrors. We have seen 6 cases, okay, like in the 6 situations where the object has been kept and how images have been formed, what was their nature, and everything we discussed. And we also discussed about the applications or the uses of concave mirrors, right? And in today's video, we are going to talk about the image formation or the ray diagrams of convex mirrors. Yeah. And you don't have 6 cases here like we had in concave mirrors. We just have to remember only 2 cases. Only 2 cases can be possible in case of convex mirrors. Okay. Say case number 1. Case number 1 is if I keep my object at infinity. Object at infinity. Only 2 cases possible, guys. One is when you keep object very far away, that is at infinity, how does an image appear? And when you bring the object near to the mirror, how does the image appear? That's it. Only 2 cases are possible. Okay, I'll tell you why only 2 cases are possible and how we have got 6 cases in case of concave. All that also we will discuss, right? See, how do you draw a convex mirror here? Something like this, right? Say this is how you will draw, and this is the back side of the mirror, and this is our reflecting side. And we all very well know that the focus point and center of curvature are there backside of the mirror. Okay, and this is our principal axis. No doubt, this is our principal axis. Okay, in case of concave, focus point, center of curvature, all of them come, front of the mirror, right? Say this is our center of curvature, this is our focus, this is our pole. So here we had got so many cases. One was when object was at infinity, when it is behind C, when it is at C, when it is at F, when it is between this and this. That's how we had got so many cases actually. But in case of convex, all that is not possible because these guys are backside. See, this is where you will keep the object, right? Only 2 options. Whether you are keeping object very far away, that is at infinity, or you are keeping your object near to the mirror. Okay, only 2 options are possible, right? You don't have so many options like if you keep an object at C, what happens? If you keep at F, what happens? No, you can't do that because F and C are imaginary here. F and C are behind the mirror. You can't keep the object behind the mirror. When you keep it at front only, the image formation takes place, right? So in front, you don't have these things. You just have 2 options. One is keeping far away or the keeping near to the mirror. See, now the first case I am discussing, that is object is at infinity. I kept the object very far away. Okay. See, we all know very well that whenever an object is very far away, almost the incident rays are parallel, right? Parallel to the principal axis. So that kind of incident rays we will get. So here I will take the incident ray that is parallel to the principal axis. And how does it get deflected? Say, let me write here. Say how does this gets reflected? This gets reflected like this. And we all very well know that we have seen rules for drawing ray diagrams, right? Whenever an incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, in case of convex, the reflected ray appears to be passed through focal point. Yes or no? Principal focus. Say that point we should not forget. If the reflected ray is appearing to be passed through focal point, I should extend the lines. See, I have extended the lines. So this is my reflected ray R1. Let me consider. because I need to find a point where reflected rays are meeting. Okay, in front of the mirror, reflected rays never meet, guys. Yes or no? Because say this is one incident ray, I will take another incident ray, it will reflect like this. See, this is actually my R1, this is actually my R2. So where are they meeting? So they can't meet in front of the mirror. You have possibility of meeting them behind the mirror. Okay, so this is my second incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis. So definitely the second reflected ray also appears to be passed through principal focus. So definitely the image appears at focus. Okay, say here at focus the image is seen. Clear? Let us write the points. First, let me write position of image here. So where is the image getting formed? At focus. At focus behind the mirror. Yes or no? Definitely it is appearing behind the mirror, not in front of the mirror. And next point is nature of the image. So what is the nature of the image? Since the image is forming behind the mirror, definitely it should be virtual. I told you. If the image forms behind the mirror, it is always virtual. If something is virtual, that will always be erect. Okay, and coming to the size of the image here. See, we have taken this much big object, but the image has appeared point sized, highly diminished. Okay, so what I will write here? Highly diminished image I am getting. Highly diminished, point sized image. Okay, so this is the case number 1 for convex mirror. Okay, so when the object is kept at infinity point, you would get the image backside of the mirror, that is the virtual image, exactly at focus point, principal focus, and the image is erect, and the image size is point sized. Okay, very small image, little dot image you will get. Though you have a bigger object, that object will appear in a small size, very smaller size image you will get. Okay, fine. And now coming to case 2. So what is case 2? Object is near to the mirror. Near to mirror. Near to mirror in the sense what? It is between infinity and pole. Okay. So this is our infinity position. This is our pole. Okay. So near to the mirror in the sense somewhere between infinity and pole. Okay. Now let us draw the ray diagram for this particular case. Say this is our convex mirror and this is our pole, right? And this is our focus, principal focus. This is our center of curvature. Okay, and this is our principal axis. Fine. And I am keeping my object somewhere here. Okay, so this is my object AB. Fine. Now let us see how does an image appear. Say the first incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. So definitely this gets reflected. This is my R1. Okay. But whenever an incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, in case of convex, the reflected ray appears in such a way that it has passed through focus point. Okay. Now I will take another incident ray, something like this, guys. And this incident ray is actually appearing to be passed through center of curvature. Okay, I am passing this particular incident ray through center of curvature. That means what is the position of a reflected ray? Position of a reflected ray is something like this. So whenever something is passing through center of curvature, in the same line reflected ray goes back. Yes or no? So now this is like my R2. So where is R1 and R2 are meeting? See, this is the point of meeting R1 and R2. Okay, see, this is where I get the image. So where am I getting an image? I am getting an image between pole and, principal focus. Okay, so let me write the points here. So what is the position of image here? Position of image is between pole and, focus point, principal focus. And nature of image, definitely nature of image is virtual and real. What about the size of image? Size is diminished only, smaller size you are getting. Okay, I took this much big object, but you are getting only this much image of this object. Okay, say that's why I have written size is diminished. So this is the case 2 of convex mirror. Say in both the cases the size is diminished. Here it is highly diminished, point size, but here you are getting an image, full image you are getting, but the size is very small. Okay, so this is about the convex mirrors ray diagrams. See people, now let us discuss about the uses of this convex mirror. So where do you find this convex mirror? Mainly they are found in as a rear mirror. Yes or no? Rear mirror of vehicles contain convex mirrors. See the side mirrors of vehicles, it can be a car, bike or whatever it is, the side mirrors are actually convex mirror. Why? Because a whole lot of a region can be covered behind the vehicle. Yes or no? See, from the small mirror you can see so many things. You can see what vehicles are coming behind, all of that you can see. That is possible only in case of convex mirror, because you see in this particular case what has happened. The image, full image you get to see, but the full image is there in a smaller size. From a small mirror of a vehicle, side mirror of a vehicle, you can get to see a big lorries, big buses. Yes or no? See, this is the only mirror where a bigger objects appear smaller. Bigger objects appear smaller. So all big objects appear smaller, so that lot of region behind us can be covered. Behind the vehicle can be covered, right? So that you can make out how much traffic is there behind you and how much free you are from the vehicles. Everything you can make out. See, that's the reason convex mirrors are always used in the vehicles as a rear mirrors, that is the side mirrors. Clear everybody? This is one important application of convex mirror. So why convex mirrors are only used is because the bigger objects appear smaller in the mirror. Okay, and whole lot of a region behind us can be covered, where that is not possible in case of concave mirror and a plane mirror, right? So that's the reason convex mirrors are used in the vehicles. So this is the main use. See, that's all about the image formation by concave mirror and convex mirror and their applications. So in my next video, we will discuss about the sign conventions and mirror formula, and we will see the wonderful questions, wonderful numericals that can be asked on this ray diagram concept. Okay, till then, revise the concept and do subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in a easiest way and in a detailed way. Thank you so much.